This happened back in 2000. I was 9 years old, and my older brother, Ryan, was 14. It was a weekend evening. My mom gave us $30 and told us to go have some fun. Maybe watch a movie and grab a burger after. We lived in a quiet town, nothing too fancy, just a small theater, a couple of fast food places, and not many people out after dark. Ryan and I picked an action movie. After the movie ended, it was already dark. The streets had a few cars passing by. The theater lights blinked behind us as we stepped outside. I told Ryan I was tired and wanted to go home. He said, "Let's grab McDonald's real quick. It's just down the street." I agreed. As we turned a corner, a man and a little boy came walking toward us. The boy looked like he was 8 or 9. Thin, pale, wearing a big hoodie and baggy jeans. The clothes hung on him like they weren't his. "Hey, you two," the man said, still smiling. I looked at Ryan. The man chuckled softly. That's when I really noticed the boy. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't even blinking. I didn't feel scared yet. Honestly, I just felt confused. The man seemed nice enough, and I was always the kind of kid who wanted to help people. I said, "Ryan." But Ryan was frozen, still staring at the boy. Something changed in his face. His eyes widened, his jaw clenched, and he slowly took a step back. Then he whispered, "That's Mom over there." There was no one there. Before I could say anything, Ryan grabbed my hand tightly and pulled me away. "Let's go," he said under his breath, dragging me down the street. I was shocked. "Ryan, what's going on?" I asked, but he didn't answer. He didn't even look back. He was gripping my hand so hard it hurt. Then, I looked back. We stopped behind a parked car. Ryan pulled out his phone and dialed. I heard him whispering to someone, his voice shaky and fast. The police arrived about 10 minutes later. Our mom showed up too, running toward us, hugging us tight. She took me home. Ryan stayed back with the police. I kept asking Mom what was going on. That night, I went to bed confused. But a few days ago, now that I'm older, I suddenly remembered that night. The image of the thin boy, the man's smile, Ryan's panic. It all came back. So I called Ryan. At first, he went silent. I said yes. And what he told me changed the way I remembered everything. While the man was talking, Ryan was watching the boy. And then, the boy looked right at him. His eyes filled with fear, like he was trying to scream without making a sound. And then he mouthed the words, "Not his son. Please help me." Then, just like that, his face went blank again. Ryan said, he didn't even think. He just knew they had to get away. That's why he lied about our mom being nearby. He said the moment we left, he felt like his heart was going to explode. When he called the police, he gave them everything he remembered about the man. His clothes, his face, his height. A few weeks later, the police called back with awful news. They found the boy. His body was dumped in the woods. He had died from dehydration and starvation. The man wasn't his dad. Not even close. His real parents had been searching for him for a month. The police said they believed the man was part of a ring, child predators, who kidnapped the boy and used him as bait to lure in other kids. Ryan and I were nearly victims too. The only thing that saved us was Ryan seeing that silent cry for help. The cops believed the man wasn't working alone. They think others were nearby, waiting to grab us if we agreed to help. Ryan was strong, and they wouldn't have risked fighting him alone. But together, they might have taken both of us. The man was never caught, and his group, that night, still haunts me. That boy was just like me, just 1 year younger, and he died slowly, painfully, in fear. He was forced to act like that man's son, used like a tool to trick other kids. It's one of the saddest, darkest things I've ever known. Sometimes, I wonder, I wouldn't be here telling you this story.